All right. Are we recording right now? It appears so. So, two-handed playing. We're going to start with our famous C chord, right? And what you guys are used to is that there's a chord right there, right? And here's a chord up here. Okay, so that's kind of the beginning to two-handing playing, is just finding the other chord with your other hand. So if you're using your right hand, there's C, finding the C an octave below really quickly, and then skip, skip, skip. Okay? But today we're gonna work on just a slight change from that, okay? So you have your two chords, right? And you got all three notes in the right hand. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take away the pinky. So it's just the first note and the next note of the chord up here on the right hand. Now on the left hand, we already have the middle note up here, so we're going to take that middle note out, okay? And that's what we're left with. Now what we're going to do is move on a 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression, or C, G, A, F. Okay? So first let's do a little warm up together with just the chords in the left hand. C chord, then you go down to G, which is this one right here. Then you go up one to A, and then you go on the other side of G down here to F. And then notice the top note of the F chord is a C, so we can easily find our C again. Okay? Now we're going to get our left hand here and use our pinky, our middle finger, and our thumb for that chord. And we're going to take out the middle finger and we're just going to play the pinky and the thumb, which is called a fifth because it's 5 notes apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're just going to do the fifths on those chords. So we have the fifth on the C chord. Now we walk down to G and we do a fifth. You got to make sure that each of your fingers can rest on a white key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't want to play that one. You don't want to play that one. You want to play a perfect fifth, just like that. And then we're going to go up to A. See how I did that? Just slid that fifth right up to A. Now we're going to walk down to F and do the fifth right there. Okay? Now the next most important skill is that whatever your pinky is doing in your left hand, the bottom note of each chord, that your thumb on your right hand can find it really quickly. Okay, so we're going to take everything else out now and we're just going to do octaves, the same note with the pinky, C, and the right hand, C. And then we move them down to G, okay? Remember, it's the inside left of the 3, inside left of the 3, and there's our G. Now we're going to walk them up to A, and we're going to walk them down on the other side of G to F. Right there. Let's do that again in a little bit quicker time. Let's do it every 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. The next step is getting that thumb in the left hand reincorporated so that we play a fifth on all the chords in the left hand and our thumb in the right. Okay, so this gets a little bit more tricky. Go slow and take your time. Okay, now we're going to find our G's and then make sure that our thumb is properly spaced. Now we're going to go up. Everything can go up to A. And then we slide everything down to F. Okay? Now, the next part is pretty easy. If your thumb up here in your right hand knows what it's doing, copying that note with the pinky all the way up an octave to the thumb, then you should be able to find the middle note of the chord, which is right there. Now notice we're not playing that middle note down here. We're playing an open fifth in the left hand, but we're playing the third in the right hand. Okay, so we play the chord, and you see the notes C, E is up here, and G is right there. So we have all three notes of the chord. Now we move everything down to G. Make sure you have your G's correctly. Make sure you have your fifth correctly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can put in our third. And then we slide up to A. And then we slide down to F. Okay, let's do that again. So we got our C's, we got our fifth, and we got our middle note, the third. And by the way, guys, whenever I talk about the notes in a chord, I always talk about the root, which is the bottom note, the third, which is the middle note, and the fifth, which is the last note in the chord. So in this case, we have root, third, fifth, or C, E, G. And then we got that there too. So there's that chord going down to the G chord, going up to the A chord, and going down to the F chord. Now we're going to try that chord progression 4 beats per measure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, keep working on that because this is called open voicing. It sounds beautiful on a piano, and if you can figure out how to play chords in open voicing on the piano, you're going to sound good all day, every day. Anytime you sit down at a piano and play, it's going to sound amazing.